Some games you finish in a weekend. These are not those games. These 10 RPGs are the ones that take over your life. You sit down to play for an hour. You look up, it's Thram. You have no regrets. 100 hours minimum. Some of them 200. Some of them more. If you want an RPG that genuinely consumes you, this list was made for you. Let's get into it. Mount & Blade 2, Bannerlord is the RPG that disappears your entire life without warning. You start as a nobody, a traveler with a horse and a sword, and then you spend 200 hours building an empire. The medieval sandbox is extraordinary. No scripted story forcing you anywhere, just a living world of kingdoms competing for dominance, and you deciding where you fit in that world. Want to join a kingdom and rise through the ranks? Build your own faction from scratch? Become a mercenary selling your sword to whoever pays? Trade goods across the continent and build wealth? All of it is possible. All of it takes time. Combat is the best part. First person or third person mounted and on foot battles. Hundreds of soldiers clashing simultaneously. Leading cavalry charges that break enemy lines. The tactical layer that runs beneath all of it. The progression never stops. New skills. Better equipment. Larger armies. The gap between where you start and where you end up is enormous and satisfying to cross. Mount + Blade 2. Bannerlord released March 31st, 2022 on PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC. For sandbox RPG fans, 200 plus hours guaranteed.
The choices we make, no matter how small, can put us on a path to greatness or lead us down a road to ruin. The choice to define your own path. To be who you want to be.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey turned the franchise into a full open-world RPG, and did it brilliantly. Ancient Greece, the Peloponnesian War, Cassandra or Alexios, your choice. A mercenary working through Greek mythology and Greek history simultaneously. The world is genuinely enormous. Athens, Sparta, remote islands, ancient temples, the Mediterranean Sea, every region distinct and authentically rendered. The dialogue choices actually matter. Multiple endings, real consequences, romance options that develop naturally, your character's personality shaped by decisions. Side quests are dense and rewarding, many better than the main story. The Atlantis DLC alone is bigger than most full games. Combat is fluid and build-focused. Abilities, weapon variety, playstyle customization. Different approaches genuinely work differently. The mercenary system keeps open-world traversal interesting. Bounty hunters scaling to your level. Always someone worth fighting on your way somewhere else. Story builds through mythology and history simultaneously, meeting historical figures, encountering mythological creatures. The scale of the experience keeps expanding. Assassin's Creed Odyssey released October 5th, 2018 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. For open-world RPG fans, 100 plus hours absolutely guaranteed.
To take back what was stolen. So, you're finally here. You were expecting me?
Well, you Greymanes are a hard lot to kill, clawing your way back from death's door over and over. How'd you do it?
Crimson Desert is Pearl Abyss making their biggest swing ever. And from everything shown, they're landing it completely. This is not an MO, let's be absolutely clear. Same studio behind Black Desert Online. But Crimson Desert is a single-player, open-world RPG. Completely different game entirely. You play as Cliff McDuff, a mercenary trying to hold his scattered crew together while everything collapses around them. Not a hero, just a tough man surviving in a brutal fantasy world of failed kingdoms and endless war. Different regions with different political situations. Factions competing for control. Your reputation shifting based on choices you make. Combat is what stands out immediately. Physical and genuinely messy. Grappling, vaulting, slamming enemies into walls. Every fight feels personal. The Black Space engine handles destruction beautifully. Weather systems that change combat conditions. Day and night cycles that affect enemy behavior. Side content is massive in scope. Dungeons, raids, world bosses. Content designed for hundreds of hours of play. Crimson Desert releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For open-world RPG fans, this is day one. Bloodborne is From Software at their absolute peak, and yes, it belongs on this list, because players who fall in love with Bloodborne don't stop at one playthrough. They go again, and again, and again. New game plus. Different builds, chalice dungeons, the depth that keeps pulling you back. Yharnam, a gothic Victorian city drowning in plague. One of the greatest environments ever designed in gaming. Every street feels like centuries of dark history. Combat is faster than any Souls game. No shield, no hiding, no blocking. You stay close, you stay aggressive. The regain system rewards attacking after taking damage. Caution kills you. Aggression keeps you alive. The bosses are some of the best ever designed. Father Gascoigne, Lady Maria, Orphan of Kos. Each one a spectacle and a puzzle simultaneously. The Chalice dungeons add procedurally generated content. Hours of additional challenge beneath the main game. Unique gear. Unique bosses. Unique rewards. Bloodborne released March 24, 2015 exclusively on PlayStation 4. Still one of the greatest games ever made. 100 plus hours if you let yourself get lost in it. Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 is the most historically authentic RPG ever made, and one of the deepest. No magic, no fantasy, no shortcuts. 15th century Bohemia rendered with extraordinary detail. Every system grounded in actual historical reality. Henry of Skalitz returns more capable and more burdened. His skills developed from the first game. The world more complex and more dangerous. Skills developed through use rather than menus. How you spend your time determines who Henry becomes. A fighter trained through combat. A thief skilled through practice. The specialization feels organic and genuinely earned. The world rewards exploration consistently. Hidden locations, unmarked quests. Combat has a real learning curve. The directional system demands actual understanding. Mastering it is one of gaming's most satisfying achievements. Crafting and alchemy are detailed and meaningful. The economy simulates actual medieval trade. Everything connects to everything else. The roleplay possibilities are genuinely deep. Multiple solutions to every quest. The world responds to your choices meaningfully. Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 released February 4th, 2025 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For RPG fans who want depth, 100 plus hours guaranteed.
Before you, when the time is come.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
Look here, you beast! Come and face me!
Dragon's Dogma 2 is Capcom delivering on everything the original promised. The first game was a cult classic, beloved by those who found it, never quite getting the recognition it deserved. Dragon's Dogma 2 fixes that completely. The world is massive and genuinely alive, not a static backdrop for quests. A place where things happen independently of you. Monsters attacking towns. Events unfolding without your input. Time passing whether you're there or not. The pawn system is still completely unique. AI companions you design from scratch. Other players' pawns you can hire for your party. Your own pawn traveling to other players' worlds. A multiplayer element without actual multiplayer. Exploration rewards genuine curiosity. Going off the marked path consistently finds something worth finding. Caves. Hidden bosses. Secret areas. The world punishes staying on the main road. Combat is physical and deeply satisfying. Climbing onto large monsters to reach weak points. Different vocations playing completely differently. Switching vocations changes the entire game. Dragon's Dogma 2 released March 22nd, 2024 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For action RPG fans who want something different, essential.
This is all hell could marshal forth. Let us begin.
Diablo II Resurrected is proof that some games never actually get old. The original Diablo II from 2000 is still considered one of the greatest action RPGs ever made. The Resurrected version brings it to modern platforms with visual upgrades that respect the original completely. The loop is what makes it timeless. Kill enemies, collect loot, get stronger, kill harder enemies, find better loot, build towards something more powerful. That loop is executed perfectly here. Every class plays fundamentally differently. Sorceress, Necromancer, Paladin, Amazon, Barbarian, each one a completely different experience. The itemization is still the best in the genre. Rune words, set items, unique items. The randomization of what drops keeps every run feeling fresh and exciting. The difficulty progression is legendary. Normal, Nightmare, Hell, each playthrough meaningfully more challenging. The endgame content keeping hardcore players invested for years. The atmosphere is exceptional. Dark, gothic, oppressive, the sanctuary feels genuinely dangerous. Diablo II, Resurrected, released September 23rd, 2021 on PS4, PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Still the gold standard for ARPG loot systems. Easily 100 plus hours before you've seen everything.
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
This sky, I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir.
Welcome.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is Square Enix delivering one of the most ambitious RPGs ever made. The middle chapter of the FF7 remake trilogy, Cloud and his companions leaving Midgar, exploring the wider world of the original game rebuilt from scratch with modern technology. The world is massive and densely packed. Multiple open regions each with their own character. Side quests that rival the main story in quality. Mini games that would be standalone games elsewhere. Chocobo racing. Card game. Combat arenas. The content never stops arriving. The combat system has evolved beautifully. The at-B action hybrid that Remake introduced is more fluid and more complex here. Party synergies. Combination abilities. The tactical depth increases with every chapter. The story goes beyond what the original contained. New scenes, new revelations, new complications. Players of the original constantly surprised by where the narrative goes. Character relationships are handled with genuine care. The party dynamic feels earned. Every companion's arc adds something real. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth released February 29th, 2024 on PS5, later PC in 2025. For G-Rep fans, this is absolutely unmissable.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues, sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
Cyberpunk 2077 had one of gaming's worst launches, and now it's one of the best RPGs ever made. That turnaround deserves recognition. The 2.0 update rebuilt the game from the ground up. Phantom Liberty added the best content in the entire experience. What exists now is extraordinary. Night City is one of gaming's greatest achievements. The density, the detail, the sheer life packed into every street. Walking around without doing anything is genuinely fascinating. A world that rewards attention at every level. V's story is dark and personal. A job gone wrong. A digital ghost sharing your head. Limited time to find a solution that may not exist. The urgency runs through everything. Build variety is genuinely deep. Netrunner, Street Samurai, Tech Specialist. Each approach changes how the entire game plays. Multiple viable builds for every playstyle. Side gigs and NCPD scanner quests fill dozens of hours. The world is dense with activities that feel meaningful. Phantom Liberty is among gaming's best DLC, a spy thriller that many consider better than the base game. Cyberpunk 2077 with 2.0 update released September 21st, 2023 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. Night City deserves 100 plus hours, minimum.
Great city at the end of the world is waiting. So, get out there, solve a murder with a unique skill system at your disposal.
Disco Elysium is unlike any other RPG ever made. There is no combat, there are no dungeons, no loot to collect, no levels to gain, just conversations, choices, consequences, and a detective trying to remember who he is. You play as a detective who woke up with no memory of his past life, in a city that doesn't want to be solved, investigating a murder that keeps getting stranger. The character system is genuinely unlike anything else. Skills represented as voices in your head, your inland empire convincing you of things, your electrochemistry making demands, your rhetoric offering terrible advice, internal monologue as gameplay mechanic. Every conversation is an RPG encounter. Skill checks determine what's possible. How you've built your character changes what you can access. Multiple approaches to every interaction. The world building is extraordinary. Revachol feels like a real city with real history. Political, collapsed, beautiful, tragic. The lore runs deeper than the main story ever shows. Multiple playthroughs reveal different aspects completely. Different builds access different conversations. Different choices build different detectives. Disco Elysium released October 15th, 2019 on PC. PS4, PS5, and Xbox versions followed in 2021. The most original RPG ever made. Absolutely essential. That's the list. 10 RPGs built to consume 100 hours of your life. Every single one of them has more to offer than most games manage in their entire runtime. Drop which RPG has stolen the most hours from your life in the comments. I read every single one. Hit like and subscribe for more gaming content every week.